Hi, I'm Christy Sullivan and welcome to Diet Doctor Explores, where this week we're going to talk about the easiest way to make a juicy burger without a grill. So if you don't have a grill, or if the weather isn't grill worthy, you do have a great option. It's called broiling a burger. Now, if you haven't broiled a burger before, it's super easy, and it's easier than the stovetop because you don't have all those grease splatters all over the top. We're basically going to put it on a broiling pan and put it in the oven. The heat is super high because it's close to the top. You get a nice char on the outside of the burger, which keeps the inside super moist and juicy. So let's start with the meat. You're going to want meat that's about 80% lean. That's going to give you a really nice and juicy burger. If there's less fat, the burger may be dry. Also, it's really best if you can use fresh hamburger. When hamburger meat has been frozen, it tends to be watery and it doesn't hold together well. Now, if you do have to use frozen ground beef, you can add a binder such as some crushed pork rinds or maybe a little Parmesan cheese to help it hold together. So when you start with your meat, I'm using about a pound, and I'm going to add my seasonings. Now, there are a ton of seasoning options on Diet Doctor. I'm adding a little salt, a little fresh pepper, and I'm doing a trick that my great-grandmother taught my dad, who taught me. I'm adding a little bit of vinegar, and this is just white vinegar, and it's maybe a couple of teaspoons. And I'm using a little bit of heavy cream. Something about the combination of the cream and the vinegar makes the meat really, really tender and juicy. On Diet Doctor, we have a lot of seasoning options. In fact, there are over a dozen recipes, and you can add things like chopped onion, chopped jalapeno, tomato paste, all kinds of seasonings, chili powder. So go there for some other ideas of how to season the meat. Once you get that thoroughly mixed, and you don't want to overhandle the beef because it can make it tough, I'm going to divide this in about 4 patties, because what I'm looking for is 1/4 pound or about 114 gram sized patties. When you're shaping the meat, remember that it's going to shrink just a bit, so it will be smaller in diameter after you finish it. So I'm just patting it out fairly evenly. For broiling, you want to use a pan that has a rack and a place for the rack to sit into. Now, I've lined mine with foil to make cleanup a lot easier. If you don't have a broiling pan, then you can simply use a grate from your oven. Just put another pan underneath it to catch the drippings. You also need to make sure you prepare the oven. Now, check your broiler settings. Most broilers work at about 550 degrees Fahrenheit or about 288 degrees Celsius. You also want to move the racks in your oven so that when you place the burgers into the oven, the top of the burger is about 4 to 5 inches or 10 to 12 centimeters from that top broiler heating element. Now, I usually close the door when my burgers are broiling, so check your manufacturer's setting. Some ovens won't work with the door open. So let's cook our burgers now. Slide the broiler pan into the oven on the top rack and set a timer for 4 minutes. After 4 minutes, turn the burgers using a spatula or a pair of tongs. Avoid using a fork because that pierces the burger and causes all of the tasty juices to escape. Set the timer for another 4 minutes and be prepared to eat. When the timer is done, you can remove the burgers from the oven or add a bit of cheese. Return to the broiler for just a minute and melt the cheese. I think our burgers are ready. Let's check it out. These look perfect. If you tried broiling burgers, let me know in the comments how it worked. Also, don't forget to check out the delicious sides and sauces and all the different seasonings on the Diet Doctor Burger collection. Can't wait to hear what you think. And if you'll excuse me, I have more work to do.